Hi guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. In today's video, we're going to talk about something really important, something that I have been wanting to talk about more so now than ever, because these are things that I'm starting to notice on my own. Now that I am 41, I am now starting to see gradual changes in my body, on my skin. And this video is not going to be about skincare remedies and stuff like that, because we all know what we can stay away from that causes us to age, like staying away from drinking, staying away from the sun, smoking. We all know that those are the major signs of things that we do to ourselves that causes aging. We obviously know that we have to sleep a really good amount of hours, because sleeping is really good for us, and drinking lots of water, obviously hydrating our bodies, and also exercising. We all know that. We've been taught that for years. As much as we sometimes avoid those things, we all know that those are the things that causes us, to age. But the things that I'm going to talk about in today's video are things that some of us might not even know. And some of you guys may know it, but it is definitely something that I wish somebody told me when I was in my early 30s, let's say, because I would have started practicing these things, to help me with my skin. These are things that you do on a daily basis that you don't even know that are causing you to age. These are things that you might want to consider doing every day to help you, your body, and your skin. And I'm not going to talk about Botox and fillers and anything like that. I will definitely save something like that for another video, but these are just things that I learned recently. These are also things that I've also known on my own, or my mom taught me, or I learned at school, and I have been practicing them every single day. We all know we're going to age, and amen to that, girls, because that means you're alive. There's nothing wrong with aging. Aging means that you're still alive, and we are all going to get there one day. But these are things that maybe you don't know that I'm going to talk about today. And let's get started. The first one that I am going to talk about is something that we do every day. Now, we know we wear sunblock every day on our face, which you should be, especially now that spring and summer's here, the sun is shining. You should wear sunblock. Some of you might not do it because your foundation maybe has the SPF. That's great, but you should always wear sunblock. And the most important thing that people aren't doing is they're not applying the sunblock on their chest. If you're a girl and you wear like V-necks, or like a round neck like this shirt, or just you have your chest exposed to the sun and you're not putting sunblock there, it's going to age. It's going to cause you to get wrinkles. And that takes me to one area of the body that you are not applying sunblock on, and that is your hands. When you drive and your hands are on the steering wheel, you are getting exposed with sun, with the UV rays that are going to cause your hands to age. If your mom has ever told you, if you want to look at someone's age, look at their neck and look at their hands. And the way to prevent your hands from aging is to wear sunblock right before you get into the car, when you're going to go to work, and when you're returning back. Anytime you get in the car, you should have a little sunblock moisturizer in your car that you can just apply on the tops of your hands, because when you are driving, you are getting sun on the tops of your hands. So that will help you tremendously with, in the future, age spots on the top of your hand. And a lot of women get age spots on their hand is because, think about it, you're driving and you're getting that sun right on your hands. So after you wash your hands, obviously we wash our hands every day, a dozen times a day. If you have kids like me, I'm constantly either sanitizing my hands or washing my hands. So you want to always keep in mind to reapply that sunblock right before you get into the car. Especially if you drive long hours, if you're stuck in traffic, that afternoon sun, you want to apply sunblock on your hands. Same thing with the chest. You want to apply sunblock on your chest and your hands. Don't neglect those areas when you're applying sunblock on your face as well. Another thing that's causing people to look like they are older or maybe even aged skin, something that we do every day, and it's with our phones. And guess what it is? We are like this every day, whether we're laying in bed, people on their phones. When you're on your phone, and I thank God that I grew up in a different generation, because a lot of teenagers, 20-year-olds that are addicted to their phone. Let's admit it, guys, we are all addicted to our phones. I don't care what age you are, but I feel terrible for those that are really, really young and starting out on their phones, because the years and years you are on your phone looking down, whether you're laying in bed or whether you're on your phone, it's causing you to have a double chin. Being on your phone for excessive amount of hours, and let's face it, we all are guilty of that. We're on our phones all day long, but you have to make a point of lifting your head when you're on your phone, as opposed to going like that. And I think 90% of people, when they're on their phone, they're facing down, and that is causing you to have a double chin. Now, whether it runs in your family or not, and you're prone to get it eventually, because when you do age, this area does sag, and you're making it worse by being on your phone facing down, because you're allowing that muscle to extend down, and that skin is going to sag even more. And if you're younger and you're starting now, imagine what your neck is going to look like when you're in your 30s and in your 40s. If you make a habit of using your phone and you're keeping your head up, it's allowing you not to let this area of your skin sag. And that is something I don't hear people talk a lot about, is the usage on the phone and the placement of your head. It really is going to take a toll on you if you are constantly on your phone looking down, and it's making a really bad destruction to your under chin right here, causing you to have that double chin. So if you want to make this area strong, use your phone and try to keep your face up high and bring your phone up high. As ridiculous as it might look, you're helping yourself and you're helping your skin from sagging so much. And that is definitely a tip that I want to give to a lot of young girls out there, because you're still young. Phones aren't going anywhere. Social media is not going anywhere, and you're addicted now. You're going to always be addicted to it. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys, especially the ladies. If you're someone, now this doesn't pertain to everybody because not everyone lives in ponytails, but if you're a girl who lives in a ponytail, what you're doing is you're basically receding your hairline. Some people have that in their genetic, where they're receding, their hairlines are up higher. It's very common in men, more common in men than women. But if you do have that in your family, even if you look at your dad, you look at your mom, and they have a high receding hairline, you have to make a point of yourself to limit your ponytail usage, especially if you're someone who wears a ponytail to go to sleep. If you wear ponytails often, limit your ponytail usage, because the more you bring your hair back into a ponytail, you're basically pulling the little fine hairs that you have here that, as you get older, they're hanging on to dear life. And the more ponytails you wear, the more that hairline recedes back. And I learned that in hair school. My teacher taught me that try to limit your use in ponytails or wearing your hair pulled back, because if you're someone who wears your hair back all the time, you are going to gradually see your receding hairline go back more and more as the years go by. So yes, I'm not saying, don't ever wear your hair back, and I'm not saying don't wear any ponytails, but if you're somebody, because I personally have some friends, I know people, I remember maybe like my entire, and that's how I learned about it, because the entire year that I was in cosmetology school, I used to wear my hair in a ponytail because it was super long, and my teacher was the one that told me that. And I always remembered that. So I always remembered, what, if I'm wearing my hair in a ponytail for the whole day, I'm not going to do it to go to bed. So it's kind of like just limited. It's not saying don't ever wear a ponytail or don't ever wear your hair back. Just limit the use. And I know there's girls out there who live in ponytails. So that is something I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about. When you're sleeping, sometimes, you know, people sleep on their side, some people sleep on their stomach. Sleeping on your back is the best position, but you can't really control how you sleep, because in the middle of the night, you know, you are moving around bed, and if you prefer a position over the other, even if you fall asleep on your back, you're probably going to end up on your side or your stomach. And the best position to sleep is obviously on your back, because it helps with the skin. The face is flat back, and you don't have to worry about, you know, sleeping on it, squishing it, and creating lines. But what I wanted to tell you was how important it is to have, if you're a girl who is very cautious about her skin and even your hair, buy a pillowcase that's 100% silk, not sateen, because that I know a lot of people get confused with, but it has to be 100% silk. And I will list down below, like, the website where I got mine, a really good pillowcase, because sometimes they're very hard to find. Sometimes when you like try to go on Amazon or, you know, a website, they're not really, you have to be very careful with what it says, because sometimes they're not 100% silk. It might say 100% silk, and then it might tell you what the thread count is, and I can't remember. The higher the thread count, the better the pillowcase is, but you want to make sure it's 100% silk, because it's really good for the skin and it's really good for the hair. When you sleep on a cotton pillowcase, you sleep on your side or even on your stomach, your face is going to get more wrinkles, because you're basically squishing it. You know, you're on your side, and you know, when you're sleeping like this, you're creating wrinkles here, or sleeping here, you're creating wrinkles on the side of your cheek. So you want to make sure, if you're somebody who's, you know, very particular about wrinkles on their face, start thinking about getting 100% silk pillowcase. And that brings me into this other tip that it could be a little embarrassing, but I am going to just tell you guys how it is, because it is so true. Now, if you're a girl who has decent sized breasts, or large breasts especially, you want to make sure that you take note of this, because this is going to happen. It's happening to me. It's something I noticed, you know, after I hit my mid-30s. When you sleep on your side, you're basically squishing both. Your top boob is squishing on to the bottom boob, and you know what that's creating? That's creating wrinkles right here in between your chest. So basically, when you look at women who are in their 50s or in their 60s, look at their chest, and you're going to see lots and lots of wrinkles. Some of them you probably won't, because they've taken care of their skin, but that is something that's inevitable. You have to accept the fact that when you are sleeping, you're creating lines right there in between your breasts. I have discovered that this has made such a big difference for me. I do sleep in a sports bra. I live in my sports bra. When I'm not wearing a bra, I'm in my sports bra. Now, you have to make sure that when you find the sports bra, it's really nice and fitted. Not tight. You want to be able to breathe. It takes some getting used to. If you're somebody who doesn't sleep with anything, it's going to be some getting used to, but you want to make sure that the sports bra is nice and fitted, that when you do sleep on your side, both boobs are pretty much pushed back and in place, that they're not creating those horrible lines in between your boobs in your cleavage area. That is something that it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to face this real soon, especially if you have decent sized breasts or bigger. They're gonna cause you to create those wrinkles. So I suggest find yourself some good sports bras. I found these, I think I got these either at Forever 21 or H&M. I'm not even sure. Hang on I got these at Forever 21, and I'm telling you, for the price, I bought 5 of them. I wear them every night just like this. For me, they're comfortable because I'm used to sleeping in them already. So you want to make sure that they're nice and firm and they're holding your boobs real good, so that when you do sleep on your side, you're not creating those awful lines on your chest. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about videos like this. If you enjoy watching videos like this, and if these tips were helpful to you, let me know as well. I'd love to hear your feedback. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for future videos. And thank you so much for watching.